ABC's Zohreen Shah now joining me live for more. Zohreen, so many big moments in that hearing. We just saw so many of them. What do you think the key takeaways were?
This is not over. I think that's the key takeaway. Look, we know that they're going to have more committee hearings in September, and the committee really laid out last night multiple things about the president, some of which he continues to do today. But one of the things that he did during January 6th, for over 3 hours, he did not call off the mob at the Capitol. Instead, he was asking for a list of senators to help him to continue to overturn that election. The next day, when he shot that video talking about the seamless transfer of power, the committee has multiple outtakes, almost an hour long, of what he said. And one of the things that he said was this election is now over. But then he looked at his staff and he said he didn't want to say that. At the end of the day, on January 6th as well, I think this is notable, he looked at a staffer, according to the committee, and he did not say anything about what was going on at the Capitol. Anything that had transpired, he said, Mike Pence let me down.
All right, as we saw in some of those clips, White House counsel Pat Cipollone appeared to suggest that Trump didn't want people to leave the Capitol, but said he couldn't reveal the communications he had with the president. We saw that little moment there with his attorney. Let's talk about the power of that moment.
Incredibly powerful. Our reporter on the ground said that got a very big reaction in the room. And as you said, he said, I can't think of anyone, you know, on that day who didn't want people to get out of the Capitol. And then the committee asked him, what about the president? He fumbled for a bit. He looked at his lawyer. They had a conversation on the side. It was assumed that he was bound by attorney-client privilege, and that's why he didn't want to respond directly to that question. He started saying, obviously, I thank you. It was very clear that he meant that the president of the United States did not want the violence to stop. I also thought it was notable, by the way, Kira, that interaction between the comms director and the rapid response director that they showed over those text messages. You know, one of them said he thought it was terrible that Trump did not acknowledge the Capitol police officer who died. The other one said everything he said about supporting law enforcement was a lie. These are his own staffers, Republicans in Trump's White House.
Right. And former President Trump, of course, responded to the hearing overnight. He put out this statement where he appeared to defend the plot to overturn the election on January 6th. He said, Mike Pence told me and everybody else there was nothing he could do about the electoral vote count. It was etched in stone. But if so, how come the Democrats and rhinos are working so hard to make sure there is nothing a VP can do? Referring there to a bipartisan bill aimed at addressing vagueness in the Electoral Count Act, by the way, and that was significant.
Really significant. I mean, there should be no one person who can have that much power, right? I mean, he continued talking last night about large-scale voter fraud. He blamed Mike Pence, and he also attacked one of the staffers who testified last night. He attacked Sarah Matthews. He said clearly she was lying, and then he also said a line that we've heard many times from Donald Trump. He said he barely even knew her, or he did not know her.
Zohreen Shah, thanks so much. And Republican committee member Adam Kinzinger will be on this week on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ABC.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.